Hello, my dear students. Very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to this FIBSc online lecture. In the last lecture, we studied about chemical equilibrium, where the concept of equilibrium, we studied that the rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction, in which means rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, where the equilibrium can be obtained. Likewise, we studied in the previous lecture. Also, we studied the types of equilibriums, where the homogeneous equilibrium and the heterogeneous equilibriums. So, likewise, sorry. So, these two different equilibriums we are studied. With that continuous, today we are going to study the perfect gas equilibrium. Perfect gas equilibrium. With this perfect gas equilibrium, we can write equilibrium constant in terms of the molar concentration, as well as also we can write the equilibrium constant in terms of the partial pressures, where the derivation can be obtained. Let me see here. Let us consider for a gaseous reaction, for gaseous reactions, we can say here, if consider a reaction A, it gives the product which is a reversible reaction. A is the gas molecule and B is also the product of having the gas molecule. So, we can write where A and B, where A and B are perfect gas, that is nothing but the ideal gas. What is the perfect gas equilibrium? Where perfect gas equilibrium is nothing but the ideal gases, where the equilibrium can be obtained, where the A and B are the perfect gases or ideal gases, where we can see the ideal gases. Now, let me have the change in Gibbs free energy. Already we studied in the change in Gibbs free, that is delta G. So, here we can write the delta G equal to, that is Gibbs free energy of product. We studied in the last lecture, that is first lecture. What we studied? The change in Gibbs free energy. The Gibbs free energy is always decreases, that becomes a spontaneous equation, where the Gb minus the Ga, which is the change in the Gibbs free energy. But here we have where Gb, where we can write the Gb equal to G dot A, that is G naught B plus RT ln partial pressure of B. So, this is the standard, that is molar free energies. Here Gb is nothing but that is G dot is a molar free energies, that is absolute molar free energies. So, likewise we can write also Ga equal to G naught A plus RT ln Pa. What is this Pb and Pa? Pa and Pb are the partial pressures of corresponding A and B. So, here we can write. So, let me say here, this is the equation number 1. Let me say the equation number 1, that is change in Gibbs free energy. If you substitute the values of Gb and Ga in the equation number 1, see, just put the values of Gb and Ga in the equation number 1. So, what we will get it? We will get delta G equal to, so right here, so delta G equal to G naught B RT ln Pb, that is minus G naught A plus RT ln Pa. If you rearrange after taking the same terms at one side, so we can write here G naught B minus G naught A minus, here we can say here, or minus it will get the plus value. So, here we can write plus RT ln Pb RT ln Pb minus RT ln PA. So here this can be, you can see the with the help of the ln is there, that is becomes the dividend. So we can write here delta G naught B minus delta G naught A, that will become the delta G naught. Here it is the delta G naught plus RT ln of PB upon PA. So this is nothing but delta G. So here we can see how the ln is there, how the PB upon PB it's written, that is we know that whenever the logarithms or natural logs are, the ln is there. So minus subtraction is nothing but they are the dividend to each other. So here we can write delta G equal to delta G naught plus RT ln. So can I write as the Q? Q is nothing but the here quotient. Here it is the quotient, that is reaction quotient, where Q is equal to PB upon PA, partial pressure of PB upon PA is equal to the reaction quotient, is equal to the reaction quotient. So here we can write this is the reaction quotient, that is delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT ln Q. What is the Q? Q is the reaction quotient, where the reaction quotient it can be expressed in terms of the whether it is concentration, that is molar concentration, whether the reaction depend on if it is the molar concentration can be expressed mole per liter, or it can be expressed by the, it can be if it is the gaseous reaction is there, that can be expressed in terms of the partial pressures. So we can write here the reaction quotient, the reaction quotient Q for the gaseous reaction, the reaction quotient for gaseous reaction, So here we can write simply if A plus B, if it is the CC plus DD, if it is a gaseous reaction is there, so Q can be written as molar concentration of C. This is products divided by the molar concentration of the products divided by the molar concentration of the reactants according to the law of mass action in the equilibrium. So here it is D molar concentration of D, where the stoichiometric amounts are taken to the power, where A and to the B, if we can say here depends on the reactions. But here we can say for example here where the quotient can be written as, that is Q, in terms of whether the molar concentrations of gaseous reaction or molar concentration of a certain liquid, that is solutions, where the solutions can be expressed moles per liter, where the gaseous phase that can be expressed in terms of the pressure, that is partial pressures, so can be written as, so this is the quotient, where the quotient for molar concentration, this is nothing but the equilibrium constant of Q. So for, let me write equilibrium constant for gaseous reaction, equilibrium constant in gaseous reaction. Equilibrium constant for gaseous reaction. How we can write? Let us consider if ammonia formation N2 plus 3 molecules of H2, it gives 1 molecule of 2 molecules of ammonia. So here it is in the gaseous reaction, all which are gaseous reaction, where nitrogen and hydrogen both are in the gaseous. If they react to form the ammonia, that is 2 molecules of ammonia, where the equilibrium constant can be obtained according to the chemical equilibrium equation, according to the, how we can write law of mass action. So we can write equilibrium constant K can be obtained, that is K can be obtained, where this is very important, equilibrium constant K, but here the Kc, what is the C? Kc is the concentrations, whether the gaseous reactions are obtaining, we can write the molar concentration of the product, that is, as we know that stoichiometric amount becomes the power 2 upon molar concentration of the reactant molecule N2. Here what is the power of stoichiometric amounts of N2? It is 1, and hydrogen it becomes the stoichiometric amounts is the 3, where we can write the concentration expressed here, concentration expressed in terms of where the quantities, the molar concentration expressed in mole per liter, here it is molar taken as the solution, but if in the same case, if it is reaction is takes place as the pressure, if the gaseous reaction is there, so the equilibrium constant, same thing Kp, that is Kp can be written as in terms of the same thing, pressure of NH3, that is partial pressure of NH3, with the same time the stoichiometric amounts is the 2 upon pressure of nitrogen, stoichiometric amount is power is 1, the pressure of hydrogen power is the 3, where Kp is the equilibrium constant. Here Kp is also the equilibrium constant. Here Kc is the equilibrium constant, where here Kp is also the equilibrium constant. In terms of pressure, this is very important. In terms of pressure, here it is in terms of concentration, that is solution in terms of concentration. Now see, so what we have to write, according to the chemical equilibrium law, that is law of mass action, where the concentrations can be written as at the equilibrium position, depends on which type of reaction going on, whether it is gaseous reaction is there, whether there is a gaseous reaction is there. So equilibrium constant can be expressed in terms of the pressure, that is Kp equal to partial pressure of product divided by partial pressure of the reactants. Okay. Now let me see the examples here. Let me write some examples that we can understand some example. So very simple. So how to write the equilibrium constant? If I will take one example, one or two example, then it's very simple to write. Let me consider here. Write the equilibrium constants. Write the equilibrium constants for following reaction. How we can write? See, for example, reaction number 1, KClO, which having the KClO3 in a solid form, it forms a reaction of potassium chloride KCl in solid with evolution of 3/2 oxygen. Here oxygen in the gaseous form. So just we have to write the here it is the solid form is there. So we have to consider the equilibrium constant in terms of the pressure only. So it can be write as Kp, that is equilibrium constant in terms of the pressure. How we can write the pressure of where it's solid, here it is a solid. So where we have to consider the pressure of only the partial pressure of oxygen 3/2 power. Again the partial pressure, this is the concentration of KCl. upon and the concentration of KClO3, because those are the solid things. Here it can be, we can cancel these two items. So, you will get, that is partial pressure of oxygen in terms of 3/2, where the partial pressure of oxygen, that is 3/2 is there. So, likewise here in this reaction, if it is considered equilibrium constant in terms of the pressure, that becomes the partial pressure of oxygen of power 3/2. Let us consider the second example, one more of example. Hydrogen, and here we can see H2 gas, I2 which is in the form of the gas, it forms 2 molecules of HI, again in the form of the gas. So, here see, all are the gaseous form, here we can consider the all are the gaseous form. So, equilibrium constant in terms of the pressure. So, first what we have to write, the concentrations of the product divided by the concentration of the reactant, but we have to take consideration here the gaseous reaction of all the products are there. So, consider the partial pressure of HI, the power is 2 divided by partial pressure of hydrogen, the power is 1, the partial pressure of iodine, partial pressure of iodine also, partial pressure of I2 also. So, here it is the equilibrium constant in terms of the pressure for this reaction is molar, that is partial pressure of HI, the power of stoichiometric amount 2 divided by the partial pressure of hydrogen of partial pressure of iodine. So, this is the equilibrium constant in terms of the partial pressures. Okay. I hope you understand how to write the equilibrium constants. So, tomorrow we will see some more examples as well as the relation between the Kc and the Kp. Okay, means how the equilibrium constant in terms of the Kc, that is equilibrium constant in terms of the concentration, equilibrium constant in terms of the partial pressure, how they are to be related to each other, that we can see in the next lecture. So, with this I will stop here. You continuously watch all the videos of the lectures, you can understand how the chemical equilibrium is related. Thank you for watching this lecture. Thank you so much.